Shalom, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, call hello Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Rakakwadash. Double honors, of course, go out once again to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who continue to teach His truth through the Holy Spirit. All right, and are due double honors. This is Naaman with the DC camp. And lo and behold, what do we have here? This Jake here was a principal at a school down in Texas. So what did they do? First and foremost, this thing that has stirred these Edomites up, because let's face it, all right, they've carved out their own reality, and in their reality, lies prevail. Truth is their kryptonite. Anyway, it reads, and this is from theinsider.com, the writer's Jake Epstein, or Epstein, whatever. It says we go with that black thing. All right, principal who resigned after parents accused him of teaching critical race theory. It says we're dealing with people that are delusional, and he's absolutely correct. Not just that, they're just outright evil and wicked. And this is Mr. Whitfield here. All right. It says they're not grounded in any sort of reality. The principal told Insider, it is important that we meet that delusion with what's real and we speak truth. And we're unapologetic in our stance to stand firmly in what is true and right. Oh, I gotta get it. I just gotta get it, because he went right. And that's what we're out there on the highways and byways doing. All right, I'm just going to read it. And this is what's got them all fucked up. Who cares? Fuck them. This is 2 Corinthians 10:4. It says, for the weapons of our warfare are not carnal. All right? That's Esau's blessing. That's not ours. It says, but mighty through Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai to the pulling down of strongholds. See, we're not out there advocating, taking this man down through his own blessing, which is the sword. It's not going to work. This is what will. It says 5, casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalted itself against the knowledge of Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Christ. He said it himself in so many words. He said, what? It is important that we meet that delusion with what's real and we speak truth. And we're unapologetic in our stance to stand firmly in what is true and right. Because by so-called white man's logic, now we're having this thing with pronouns. A man that's, or I should say a male that's clearly a male, you can't refer to him as such anymore, and vice versa. If you have a female, all right, so if this person thinks that they're the opposite, and you're clearly looking at them and all right, so they're wanting you to feed into that person's delusion. This is some fucked up shit. All right. Anyway, it says Whitfield announced his resignation as principal of Colleyville Heritage High School near Fort Worth last week, after a saga that dates back to summer 2020, which was sparked after a letter was sent to the school community saying that systemic racism is alive and well as racial justice protests swept the nation. Again, telling the truth. All right. In the letter, which was reviewed by Insider, Whitfield urged the community to commit to being an anti-racist. Whitfield, 43, told Insider that he initially received positive responses to the letter, but that changed in July of this year, 2021. It says, during a July 31 Grapevine, Colleyville Independent School District Board meeting, a former school board candidate alleged, mind you, that Whitfield was teaching and promoting critical race theory a learning approach that examines racial bias in U.S. laws and institutions. Okay. It says the academic theory, which is mostly taught at the university level and doesn't feature in Colleyville Heritage High School's curriculum, has become a target in the last year for conservative leaders and parents concerned by baseless claims of students being indoctrinated. See what I said earlier about these are people that, you know, well, this is my reality. What do you do with a people like that? What do you and see the thing is you can't get you can't approach it or deal with it in anger, sadly. It's one of these things where that's only going to make it worse. All right, like I said, the truth is going to win out. All right, keep calm, everybody. Breathe. It's fucked up, and yes, it should get you hot under the collar. But again, calm down. All right. It says the man said Whitfield has extreme views. Now, something I want to address is a claim to be children being indoctrinated. Well, haven't our children been indoctrinated for oh so long? This whole system, the school system, is nothing but indoctrination. All right. It's nothing but this is what your prep. This is what you start out your young life doing. You go to school. You stay there for so many hours. You take your breaks, maybe two 15-minute breaks and a 30-minute lunch break. You do this for oh so many years throughout your school life. All right, you are told to, establish your credit, and such. They are indoctrinating you, all right, because you got to remember, the rich get rich off of us, and you're being taught to maintain that. So who's being indoctrinated here? All right, it says Whitfield denied promoting critical race theory, and told Insider that it has been eye-opening to see nonpartisan school boards turn into political battlegrounds. Whitfield was placed on paid leave on August 30th, though the district told CNN at the time that it was not related to the critical race theory accusations. And that's bullshit. All right. It says, according to a settlement document reviewed by Insider, Whitfield agreed to resign last week and will remain on paid leave until August 15, 2023. So we got 2 years of paid vacation. Go ahead, man. Go ahead. All right, but, still you got to be looking. It says, in a joint statement, the school district and Whitfield said they have mutually agreed to resolve their disputes. Okay. Whatever. But you see who you're dealing with. That's the important thing I'm trying to stress here. You are never, ever, we were never meant to coexist, period. That's why we say we always bring out Sirach or Ecclesiastes 12 and 10 on down, and it describes who you're dealing with. And it's this so-called white man. All right, you could easily go also to Wisdom of Solomon, the 2nd chapter. All right. He said he's gotten mostly positive support and encouragement since the backlash, but has also been called harsh names and received racist messages in the mail. Whitfield isn't quite sure what his next chapter will look like, but he said he wants to continue having an impact in young people's lives. I just want to be part of something that helps bring people together, helps just make the world a better place, he said. Well, you're not going to do it. Not where you're at. All right. This place is going down. There's no rescuing it. Let's get the scripture. All right. All you have to do is pay attention. to what's going on. This is Jeremiah. Let's see. I will start at 6. It says, "Flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul." You know, these people, like I said, they don't want the real history coming out. All right, it's shameful spewing on this image that they built for themselves, and that image is that this so-called white man is a godly man. He's always right. He's virtuous, and he's anything but. All right. So the truth is, I'll come back to this. Let's go to Habakkuk 2:4. It says, "Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. Yea, also," and this is his track record. It says, "Because he transgresseth by wine," this is philosophy and doctrine. "He is a proud man, neither keepeth it at home." And this American Edomite is something altogether. What's that expression they used to use for the Bond villains? Starts with an I. What is that? I can't remember the word, but it's wicked. All right. It says, he's in a league by himself. That's why his his fellow Edomites can't stand him. He said, "Who enlarges his desire is hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth." Oh, I know what that word was. Exquisitely. I said an I. Exquisitely wicked. Who enlarges his desire is hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. All right. "Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, Woe to him that increaseth that which is not his?" So-called white man. Mm-hmm. "How long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay." All right. Now, since I said that, let's go to. All right. Because there's a reason why he's being pulled down out of power. Remember, this is the way it is. I don't care if that light is red, but I tell you it's green. So what is it? And that's his mindset. But this is Sirach 10 or Ecclesiastes chapter 10 verse 8, and it says, "Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries," and that includes all the rape, robbery, and murder that he's committed, all right, "and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another." All right. Continuing on with this, I'm going to skip down to 15. It says, "Woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink, that putteth thy bottle to him, and makest him drunken also, that thou mayest look on their nakedness." And he did that with Gad over here in the Americas. All right, because Gad was real susceptible, had a weakness for what they call firewater. All right, and he could not handle that well at all. And that's just an example, but even with his philosophy, people just, even to this day, everybody wants to be what? An American. Not so much now, because people are seeing it for what it is, and the way the economy is going, people are leaving. Well, you can say the last, since 07 and 08, all right, when they had that big housing bust and everything, people got, started being really turned off at that point and started going, back home to their relative, their prospective, countries. All right, so anyway, it says, "And makest him drunken also, that thou mayest look on their nakedness." And he gets off on seeing these people, abandoning their ways and taking up his philosophies, his democracy. And now look at them, they're all fucked up. All right, it says 16, "Thou art filled with shame for glory. Drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered. The cup of the Most High Yahweh's right hand shall be turned unto thee, and shameful spewing shall be on thy glory." So, in other words, what goes around comes around, and it's coming right back around to him. All right. Let's see. Yeah. So they came to a mutual agreement. He said, you know what? These people are delusional. I got to get the hell up away from here. Uh, and he's right. Fuck them. This is what they want. All right. These are people that will never accept the truth. All right. And that's the attitude that people are going to, I said, turnabout is fair play. What goes around comes around. And that's Isaiah. Let's get that real quick. Like I said, this is all scriptural. All right. This is Isaiah. Let's see. It says, woe to thee that spoilest. Who we talking about? The so-called white man, right? The nation of Edom. And thou was not spoiled. He has not paid for what he has done in the earth. Remember, Genesis 4 tells us that what? He would be a what? A fugitive and a vagabond. All right? It says, and dealest treacherously. What did I remember? I read Sirach 10 and 8. This is why everything's going to be taken away from him. And they dealt not treacherously with thee. When thou shalt cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled. And when thou shalt make an end to deal treacherously, they shall deal treacherously with thee. So fuck them. I mean, it's already written, what's going to happen to the so-called white man. All right? And that's what we're telling you. We're at the beginning. Okay, everything's falling apart for this piece of shit as I speak. All right? And he knows this. That's why he's trying to get this new world order. And for those of you that still can't see it, that still want to say, oh, that's all conspiracy theories. Okay, whatever. We shall see. All right, so with that, hey, shalom.